This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2022 Keystone Bullet Crossfire travel trailer, model 2730BH. Now this is not a floor plan video or a sales video, it's a how-to video, so I'm just going to go through some of the features and show you how they work, okay? Start off with you have power stabilizer jacks. So you have one switch controls both rear and the other switch controls both front. Let's see if we can find the switch over here in the docking compartment here. Let me see here. Yeah, so here they are right here. So that's where you operating from, okay? Now you have a power awning with LED strip here. Outside speakers, of course. You got power here, and that's your exhaust for your furnace. Dual axles. Okay. Now this is your hitch right here. We're going to show you how it operates when you pick up. It's a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control. It's a good one, and we'll show you how it works when you pick it up. You have a power tongue jack, right? So if this power tongue jack was ever to fail for some reason, you can always get hitched or unhitched by pulling this plug out of here and putting a 3/4 inch socket on there, or using the 3/4 inch crank. So you can always crank this manually if you need to. Okay? You have 2 LP tanks, deep cycle marine battery, and this is the kill switch for your battery. If you want to shut it off when you put it into storage, you can just shut it off right there. This is just a hookup if you wanted to purchase a solar battery charger. So yes, it's basically a solar panel that would plug into here, and you can use it to charge your battery if you choose to. Okay. So this you can use for the tongue jack here. The tongue jack. Now let me look down here to make sure I'm okay. So this one right here, this crank with a cylinder with a slot cut in it. You can see if your stabilizers were ever to fail, you go to the off door side and you see you got a shaft with a pin through it. Well, that crank with the cylinder with the slot in it will fit perfectly over that. You can actually crank these manually in an emergency. Okay? It's an outside sprayer for water. This is just a reducer for your shore cord. This is your dump hose. Now, the most common way to get water to the trailer is the city water hookup right here. So as long as you've got plumbing on the campsite, you just poke the hose on there and you're all set. Now if you're going to a campground that does not have plumbing on the campsite, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank right here and then use the onboard pump to pump the water. I'll show you the switch for that when we get inside. Okay. You notice your slide room has cables. That means it's an AccuSlide. There are different types of slides. This one is an AccuSlide. Okay, this is your power cord, 30 amp, 30 feet long. These are your dump valves here. Gray, which is sink and shower water, and black, which is toilet water and waste. Okay. This is just a sprayer. That's where this is where your sprayer would hook up, I should say. So you can hose things down. This is your water heater on the outside here. So the switches to operate it are inside, but I just need to show you that this is where you drain it from. It takes an 1/16" socket on there, and you can drain it right there. Never run the water heater, especially on electric, without water in the tank. So always make sure you've got water in the tank. Okay, so I'm going to come back over here. It seems to me I walked right past something. Yes. So this is a black tank flush right here. So after you dump your black tank, you can leave the valve open. You have to leave the valve open like it says here. You can put your hose at the dump station on there, turn it on, and it'll spray out the inside of your black tank, clean off the sensors, that sort of thing. Okay, so this is telling us it's pre-wired for a backup camera, if you want to get one. And while we're looking up, the manufacturer states that you should inspect your roof every 90 days. So you want to go up there, have somebody go up there and look at this sealant, make sure there's no cracking or separation where water could get in, make sure there's no damage to the roofing attachments or the roofing material by low branches or road debris flying up there. something like that. So make sure you inspect that. You're just protecting your investment, so it's a good thing to do. This is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector right here. It also tells you if your battery is low. It'll beep very slowly, but it should always be green like it is right there. If not, you get it serviced. If it goes off, you take everybody outside, shut the gas off at the front, figure out what's going on. That's carbon monoxide and LP gas detector. Okay. Keys are right here, just so you know. We'll go this way here. Okay, you have a fan and light here for your range. This is this microwave works like any other microwave. You have your, I don't know if he's got the gas on right now. I'll have to just see here. But basically, this is the sparker here, all the way to the left. You turn it clockwise to spark. So what you do is turn the gas on. Yeah, so he's got gas turned on. So you spark. It lit that easy. You got 3 burners and 3 knobs right here, and then the one all the way to the right is for the oven. So the oven's a little different. You look all the way to the back at the bottom, and that's where the pilot light's at. You might be able to see me sparking it. Yeah, you can see me sparking it back there. So what you do to light it is you're going to go to the picture of the pilot light, then you depress it. Keep it depressed during the whole lighting procedure. You're going to spark this by turning it clockwise until you see the pilot light back there light. After it lights, you still hold it for 10 seconds or so to heat up the thermocouple. Then you go to operating temperature. Now when you shut it off, the flame goes out, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Always travel with this closed. Okay, you have a let me turn this on here so we can see a little better. Your sound is right here. Let me take this film off of it here so you can see it. If I can. Almost had it. Well, heck. Isn't that perfect? Let's see. Well, maybe I better just not fiddle with it now. I don't want to. Anyway, okay. It comes off. I can't get a hold of it. But this is an AM FM radio, right? It has a USB, so you can stream off a USB stick. Put all your favorite, albums on one stick and take it with you, one drive. This is an HDMI in. If you need to go into the system with, let's say, a Blu-ray player or something. It has, like I said, AM FM radio. It also has Bluetooth, so you can hook up wirelessly with your phone or your tablet. And it has 2 speaker zones here. Zone 1, which is inside the trailer, and Zone 2, which is outside the trailer. God, I'm dying to get this thing off. I just can't. I don't want to just scratch it by accident. I need to get a better hold on it with something without just scratching it. Anyway, I'll just let it go till I get a tool to scratch it with. So, okay, so you have wiring up here to hook a TV set up, for example. Let me look. There's a power converter here, which is right here. Let me walk over here to the light switch here and talk to you about this real quick first. You have lights here. I told you that you light your water heater or turn it on from in here. To light it on gas, you do this. To turn on the electric heating element, you do that. And to run your water pump, you do this. Remember, the water pump is for pumping water out of the fresh water tank when you don't have city water. It's also used to winterize the trailer. You have your power awning switch here. Never leave it out unattended. Your slide room switch here. And then your battery is charged, fresh water is empty, black, so on and so forth. It graduates up in 1/3 increments. So keep an eye on that. After you get past 2/3, you got to start thinking about dumping the gray in the black tank. Okay? And this is your thermostat. It's basic. You just hit mode till you get the mode you want. Furnace, let's just say heat, or fan, which is the air conditioner running without the compressor, or cool, which is full air conditioning. If they give you an option for the fan, always pick auto. That's the best way to do it. All right. So, okay, let's just do this first. This is a gas absorption refrigerator right here. So you can see these are the controls here. You can't see very well, but it's on auto electric. The reason they call it auto is because it automatically will choose electricity over gas. So as long as on auto, when you turn it on, it'll seek out electricity, and it finds the electricity, it turns on electric. Now if it can't find electricity, it'll automatically light on gas. That's why they call it auto. Or if you have a power failure at the campground, it'll sense that and automatically switch over to gas, so you don't spoil anything. Okay, so that's the best way to do it. Also, this thing right here is called a thermistor, and you can see it's got a sticker. The higher it goes, the cooler it gets. So keep in mind, you push that up as high as you can go with it. Almost always. Once it starts getting cold outside, you can start to back it down maybe, but usually it's going to be up all the way. Okay, so this is the power converter. So what this does is converts AC to DC power. So you have regular 120 AC circuit breakers like you'd have at home, and they're all labeled, right? So this is the distribution center, so to speak. And then the power is converted to 12 volt DC over on this side. You've got 12 volt fuses, and they're all labeled here. So that's where the 12 volt comes from. Now, this is also a battery tender, so as long as you're plugged in, it's going to sense how much energy your battery needs up front, and it's going to charge your battery. Of course, when you're pulling it, your alternator, or your tow vehicle's alternator, will charge the battery. So keep that in mind. Now, if you ever have a wild power surge or something like that, and you lose the 12 volt side, it goes out, always check these 240s here, because that's almost always where the issue is going to be. They're just doing their job, okay? So keep that in mind. Any of these blow, they'll light up. You can see them glowing through the plastic here, that tinted plastic. So it converts AC to DC power plus charges your battery. Okay. Okay, so you have a fan. I always run the fan with the shower. You have a GFCI here, right? So keep in mind that all the plugs in the trailer are wired through this GFCI. Okay. Now let me look a little farther here. The toilet, I don't know if it's typical RV toilet, has a flush pedal here. Directly below is the black tank. So the thing is, you can't use it dry meaning with no water or chemical in it. So what you're going to do is, after you hook up your power and your water, you'll come inside, you'll put a dose of chemical right in the bowl, then step on the pedal and let about a gallon of water flow into the tank first. You always do that before you start using it, because you can't use it dry. If you do, it'll smell terrible, and it also can get clogged up. So you always start off with chemical and water. Okay. Alrighty. Let me look around a little bit here. So the bedroom is self-explanatory. You got a backer plate for a mounting bracket for a TV, and you got hookups here. You have your emergency window right there. There's some storage underneath here. This table will drop down onto these cleats, and you can turn it into a bed. This one right here, let's see what type we have here. This is a hide-a-bed, so you can pull these cushions right off, grab it right down here, and fold it out into a 3-panel hide-a-bed. And of course, you've got 2 bunks. So keep that in mind. Let me look around a bit, see what I can see. What else I can see here? Okay, I think that about covers it. So first of all, I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Second of all, remember what I said about inspecting the roof every 90 days. That's important. Keep in mind, this is pre-wired for a Wi-Fi signal booster here, just so you know that's what that is. You can scan this thing and it'll tell you more about it. But if you want to have a router and an antenna on your roof for Wi-Fi, you can do that with this trailer. It's pre-wired. The next thing is, right now it's been de-winterized, so all the antifreeze has been flushed from the system. The water heater's in camping mode, so you're all ready to camp with it. It's all set. It's filled with water and ready to go. So keep that in mind. Of course, in the winter you have to winterize it. So prior to the winter you have to winterize it. So keep that in mind too. Okay? Thank you.